Cult crime drama Top Boy, which first appeared on our TV screens back in 2011, has after a reshuffle been commissioned for a third and final season. The show, set on the fictional Summerhouse estate in the London borough of Hackney, has recently returned for season 2, so fans will be delighted a third is in the works. Today we are discussing everything we know about the third and final season, so stay tuned. So what's all this about a third season when there's already 4 seasons? This one is a little confusing, but let's get into it nonetheless. After first appearing as a 4-episode miniseries back in 2011 over 4 consecutive nights, the Channel 4 show was given the go-ahead for a second season, which aired in 2013. However, after it was rumored the creators were set to pen a third season, the show was ultimately dropped by Channel 4 in 2014, to the surprise and shock of fans. However, unbeknownst to most, Top Boy had a celebrity fan in the form of Canadian superstar Drake, who was interested in reviving the hit drama. And shortly after, it was announced that a new season would indeed be dropping on Netflix, which aired in 2019. But this season was, in fact, marketed as the first season, and the previous 2 seasons were soon added to Netflix, but under a new name, Top Boy Summerhouse. After 2019's first season, the second season dropped in March of this year, which saw Ashley Walters and Kane Robinson reprise their roles as Dushane Hill and Sully Sullivan. So, although we have so far had 4 seasons in the Top Boy universe, the first 2 now serve as prequels to the events of the more recent seasons, if any of that makes sense. Thanks for confusing us all, Drake. What have you guys made of the Top Boy series so far? Let us know below. And what do we know about the third season's renewal? Well, fans will be delighted to learn that following the success of the second, 4th season, the powers that be over at Netflix have ordered a third season. The show climbed to the top of the Netflix rankings in the UK when it was released on March 18th, which pretty much assured a third season would follow. And following the death of a major character in the season 2 finale, fireworks are expected when the third season drops. However, it has also been confirmed that the third season will sadly be the final season, so whoever comes out on top over at Summerhouse will go down in folklore on the estate. And once it had been confirmed we would be receiving a third season, Walters and Robinson were on hand to give their thoughts. In a joint statement, they said, "For those that have followed this journey from the start, you will know how much this show means to everyone on our team, and we wholeheartedly know how much it means to you. These characters have been a part of our lives for over a decade now, and without everyone's support, we couldn't have come this far. And what a ride it has been." The show has provided an in-depth look at the criminal underworld in London and has shown us how loyalties can be tested when the price is right. What else did the guys have to say then? Whilst the pair acknowledged that the show has largely told the story of their characters, Sully and Dushane, they have given props to the supporting actors, who they credit with becoming a key part in the show's legacy, whilst also saying that they had brought a certain amount of authenticity to their roles. And addressing the finality of the third season, they said, "With all this being said, and staying true to our original goal, every story must have an ending, and so season 3 will be our finale. A chance to come full circle and end the journey in the right way. This will delight and sadden fans in equal measure," but they went on to thank fans for staying with them on their epic journey through the ruthless streets of London's crime-ridden estates. It will certainly be sad to see them go, as Top Boy has provided one of the rawest, no-holds-barred takes on life as a London gangster, and Kane Robinson, who goes by the stage name of Kano musically, and Ashley Walters haven't missed a beat in their superb portrayals. So when can we expect the final season? Stay tuned to find out. Having only just been confirmed at the end of March, it is thought the final season of Top Boy won't be with us anytime soon, unfortunately. It is thought that filming will begin sometime this summer in the UK, and having seen serious delays between the first and second new seasons thanks to COVID, it is thought that we at least won't be hampered by that again, thanks to restrictions in the UK largely being lifted. And should the show begin filming this summer as has been suggested, it is thought it could be with us by next year, which of course is still some way off, but at least it won't be a 3-year gap again. The second, 4th season was originally due to film in spring of 2020, but of course, lockdown after lockdown meant there was no chance of that happening. The show finally began filming the following December, which meant there was a delay of 2.5 years between seasons. Thankfully though, in the UK, lockdowns seem to be a thing of the past, with life largely having resumed as normal. And with this return to normal, it means we shouldn't see any serious delays in the Top Boy production schedule, which is a relief. We would suggest the show will probably be set to return by mid to late 2023. What do you guys guys think will happen in the final season? Let us know your thoughts below. Next up, what do we know about the plot of the upcoming season? Well, right now, not too much. However, that won't stop us from speculating, as there are plenty of loose ends that need tidying up from the previous season. Of course, we will see the fallout from Sully killing Jamie, with the murder sure to cause shockwaves between Dushane and Sully. Dushane had told Sully that he had planned to install Jamie as his successor, so it is thought the pair could go head-to-head in the final season to find out once and for all who the top boy is around Summerhouse. It is also thought that Jamie's brothers will have a big part to play in the upcoming season, and probably won't take kindly to their brother's murder at the hands of Sully. Will they come after Sully? Probably. Will Aaron fall into a life of crime, possibly seeking to avenge his brother's murder? It's certainly a possibility. And what about those Scousers? As we saw, Curtis, who we think was probably named after legendary Liverpool criminal Curtis Warren, met his grisly end in the last season, but the rest of his crew, plus his sister, escaped with their lives, but not before being warned by Sully not to return to the capital. It is unlikely they will leave things as they are, so this one is a storyline that will be bubbling quite nicely once the show returns. The show will also probably explore Dushane's panic attacks a little more, which could have disastrous effects on the relationship with his crew and Sully in particular. And finally, some good news for the local community as Top Boy gives back. Of course, the show depicts some of the more nefarious goings-on in London's inner-city estates, but last month it was revealed that the show will be doing its best to provide an escape for some talented youths on these estates who could otherwise get caught up in gang violence. The Netflix hit announced that they will be sponsoring Hackney Wick FC from next season onwards, which is fantastic for all involved with the team. The partnership is in conjunction with London label Librum, who will be designing the team's shirts, which from first glance seem pretty unique. The shirt appears to be a gold design with black zigzag patterns running down the front, which are reportedly inspired by African art as a representation of the local community. And of course, the shirt features the show's name across the front, with a local charity, Grassroots for Good, also represented on the shirt sleeve. The team is pretty close to the hearts of the community in Hackney after being founded by former gang member Bobby Kasanga back in 2015. Librum's founder, Fode Dumbuya, also hails from Hackney, which means the whole endeavor is completely Hackney-based. And Bobby, who has now shunned the gang life, said, quote, "Top Boy touches on the real-life issues that the local people of Hackney are going through and represents the marginalized communities I came from," unquote. And it is great to see someone giving back to a community they once might not have been a functioning member of. What do you make of Top Boy sponsoring a local football team? As always, thanks for joining us today, and remember to stop by next time for some more fun and games. Also, don't forget to like and share today's video with any Top Boy heads you know of. Bye guys!